Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to start off by apologizing for the background noise that we have going on. Somebody clearing a lot, a couple of doors down from us. Today we're going to work on getting the camshaft back in and getting the timing set. This guy's pretty easy to time. I am reusing the old camshaft and the old cam bearings. They weren't that they didn't have that much wear on them to where I feel like I need to change them. Let's see what we got. How much can we see? So we're basically just going to lube this up. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Number one cylinder needs to be at top dead center. This is keyed, and this gear, I'll show you when I get the GoPro, when I get my hands cleaned up, has a dot on it, and the gear that plugs, the gear that goes on the camshaft also has a dot on it. Okay, so I just kind of rotated it back and forth. Probably not the best practice in the world. That guy is in. I'm gonna get cleaned up here, and we're gonna break, and I'm gonna do some cleaning on the parts that are going back in. So we'll be right back. Let's see, we can't get it just focused in here. We need a gasket for this guy right here, and I'm not gonna pay the $100 for the kit just to get the gasket, so I'm gonna go ahead and use some of this ultra black. I used it when I put the camshaft in. You guys saw that, and that's the plan moving forward. So I don't recommend doing it this way. I recommend actually just replacing the timing chain, getting a new timing chain kit. Right there's where you're going. There should be a gasket for that in that kit. So I'll show you guys a couple of things up close here. You can see that. There's your dot, and you can see one is at top dead center. And then you're gonna make sure that you're when you put the gear on here, it is keyed, and you're gonna make sure that get this back up here. That dot is facing that dot, and that they are perfectly straight. Now when you go to put this on, there is a key that slides into that keyhole, and you want your lobes at base lobe. So I would assume that I don't know, totally doing bad camera work today. I would assume that this keyway down here is already set for base lobe for cylinder 1, and I don't think that you're gonna be able to see down in there. But when we get that all lined up, when we get there, when we're putting the timing chain on, that's how you time this motor. Is dot here, which is top dead center, and dot here, which is cylinder 1 at base lobe, which is the lowest part on the cam lobe for this cylinder. So that was a close-up that I wanted to show real quick. The torque specifications for these are in inch-pounds. They roughly equate to 8.5 to 10 pounds of torque. This is plastic. So we just need to be real careful with how much we're torquing that down, because that will break. Especially if you've got an older one like I've got here. I mean, this isn't brittle by any means, but I'm gonna do just under the base torque, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of blue Loctite on the bolts. That'll help. Buy the new timing chain kit. For this motor, it really doesn't matter. I'm trying to get this thing refreshed as inexpensively as possible, so this is the route that we're gonna go. And besides, I'll hear that timing chain loosening up, and if I need to change it, then that's something we can do down the line as another project. But for now, we're just trying to get the motor back up and running, and do this as inexpensively as possible. This usually is going to be a clean part on the back here, and you can see where you've got an oil seep. This is also oil here, and then these two get covered up. So this is basically just going to slide in this way. I know this isn't the best camera angle in the world. And then these are going to get torqued down to, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I will specify here shortly. Let's see what we got. The way the timing chain pressure works on this motor is that it is at start, it is spring pressured. Once the motor starts, you get oil pressure that comes in through this inlet right here, and that provides your tension for your timing chain. If for some reason this gasket gets plugged into this hole and does not allow for oil pressure to get in there, obviously you're gonna have some issues. All right. Get these started. And then I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get this. Yeah, that's just not gonna work. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to hold that back and put some tension on it. And I did not put Loctite on there. Run them in series. Snug, 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 click, click. Same thing, 8 to 10 pounds. We just want to get these in here a little bit. Snug. Click. Click. Off any extra goo. Okay. Alright. So let's put these guys on. Do the same thing. A little blue Loctite on them. I'm going to do the same. 8 to 10 pounds. Now what I'm going to do is, well, I'll do the whole camshaft. Important, but I can't shut over. As free as possible. Okay, that's not it. Click. Click. Oh, look at that. How nice is that? Alright, let's get this bad boy cleaned up now. It's quite a bunch of buildup. Just gonna take a little bit of trans fluid and put it on here. Just to try and loosen this up a little bit so that when I go to put this on, it'll actually slide on. There we go. That's way, way better. Okay. Make sure we're still rolling. Get this guy on. Get this guy on. Get our, I got a terrible view going for you guys, sorry. I want to make sure our pins are in the same general vicinity. Okay. Slide. Slide and wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, and let's get this guy. Show this again. About as good as I'm going to be able to get it. I'm going to call that timed. Okay. Torque, 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 torque. Gonna torque. This is where it needs to be. And we can pull that. That was my mini pin. And we are tight. Two. That is timed. 100%. Perfect! And we are good. Now that I've rotated it through one cycle, I can see straight up and down. We are 100% in time. And we are good. Now that I've rotated it through one cycle, I can see straight up and down. We are 100% in time. Now there's one more step to this timing. We're going to go over that in a later video. That's going to be its own video by itself. So cam timing chain is in. I still have to torque that guy. Let's see how much further we can get today. Got a hockey game later tonight with the wife. Actually going to have date night, which hasn't happened in a while. We both have just been so busy with work and trying to get oh, I have good news. This guy right over there, that big old concrete pad, in 3 months there's going to be a garage sitting there. Finally, after all the COVID BS and all the permitting and the getting topographs and drainage plans and all of this garbage that Florida requires to put up a garage, we're finally going to have a garage. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be a huge garage, but it's 23 by 23. We've been using it as a basketball court and parking lot for now, but this is the future of the channel right here. Finally, we are finally going to be able to get get a garage built. This pad's been sitting here for a little over a year now. Driveway and everything. You can see all the oil and tire tracks everywhere on it. But yeah, super excited. Super excited. Okay, let's stop shaking. Alright, so the sprocket, timing chain sprocket bolts are 44 to 50 pounds. And that's it. Do it one more time. And all I did was put a screwdriver in here up against this wall. Put a drop at the top of this side. Put a drop here.
Love you.
I love you too, boo. And we're gonna put a drop right there to let that roll down and in. If you want to see more on this Ranger rebuild, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.